Hey guys, it's Nod Lammers of Invoked 101, and today I'm doing the updated Speedroid deck. This is a pure Speedroid variant, not like, well, it's not a pure Speedroid variant because I feel that Speedroids without 3 Teratop kind of need a little something extra. So this is Speedroids without the Wind Witches. This is a non-Wind Witch variant. So you'll see what the other engine is later, but for the most part, this is a pretty pure Speedroid deck list. And if you want to see more decks like this, go ahead and check out the description. Our Patreon is down there, and if you want to keep up with everything that we do on the channel, consider subscribing. That just helps us out as well. So without further ado, I'm going to move the extra deck and the spells and traps off to the side, and we're going to talk about the main deck monsters like we always do. So starting off with who I think is the most iconic Speedroid, and that is Red-Eyed Dice. Anytime I think Speedroids, this is one of the first cards that come to mind. He is a level 1 tuner with the effect of when he is summoned, you get to target a Speedroid monster you control except Red-Eyed Dice. He specifically says that one, and changes level between 1 and 6. So he has this really cool level modulation effect, which a lot of tuners kind of wish they could do. So Speedroids having a tuner that has that ability is insane. Then we have, for our other tuner in Speedroids, we have another 3 of, which is the level 3 Dendon Daiko Duke. His effect is that if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card and special summon 1 Speedroid tuner monster from your hand or graveyard. So very cool for extending. He's a level 3, so with another card in the deck, it lets you do some pretty cool plays. He's also a tuner as well, so you can tune him with something and then banish him and special summon a tuner from the hand or from grave that you sent there through one of the other ways. But yeah, very cool. Then I'm playing 3 Tectomberg I used to only play 2 of him, but once Teratop went to 1, I bumped him up to 3. So 3 Tectomberg, because Tectomberg has the effect of being able to special summon himself if you control a wind monster, and then his other effect is that you contribute him to special summon a Speedroid tuner monster from the deck. I believe it's a tuner. Yeah, but you can only special summon wind monsters for the rest of the turn. So there we go. That's Tectomberg. For our final 3 of is 3 Horse Stilts. So Horse Stilts is kind of like a gadget for the deck. When he's normal summoned, you get to special summon a Speedroid from the hand, which is turns out to be very handy if you have Horse, Die, and Dice. It basically is a Crystal Wing. So that's something pretty cool. I like Horse a lot. And then for our 2 of Speedroid, I played 2 Double Yo-Yo. Double Yo-Yo is really cool. He's not very good going turn 1. His effect is that when he's normal summoned, you get to target a level 3 or lower Speedroid in your graveyard and then special summon that target. So he's another kind of extender, but you know, he's a normal summon, so he's more of a comeback play. I used to play 3 of him, but I bumped him down to 2 just because I don't want to see him turn 1. And then for the last Speedroid, of course, 1 Teratop. If only he would come back to 2. If he could come back to 2, that'd be great, especially since the reasons he was hit are now gone. So that's it for the Speedroid lineup. That's all the Speedroid monsters we run. Setting those off to the side. We do run a couple Wind Witches. We just run 2 Ice Spell. Ice Spell has the effect to special summon herself if you control 2 or more wind monsters, and the monster that you synchro summon using her, it becomes unkillable by card effects. It's like can't be destroyed by card effects, which is very nice. So that's why we run 2 of her, is just for the and it's a level 1 tuner. So you know, there you go. That's reason enough to run 2 of it. And then for the auxiliary engine that we're running the symphonic engine. So we're playing 3 guitar and 1 mic. So this is the standard engine for symphonics, because what you'll do is you'll activate mics in the activate guitar in the pendulum zone, discard a card to special summon mics, and mics will give you an extra normal summon as well as a 2300 body. But I'm also running 2 drums. So what drums does is he's a level 2 tuner, and he is able to change his attribute, which used to be kind of cool because I would play Beals with him. And so that way you can make him dark and make Beals in Speedroids. But I also used to do that with the what is it? I think it's Supreme Servant Clearwing or something like that. But he's the only thing that you'd be able to make it with would be a Dark Tuner and a Pendulum monster. So he's level 5, and that's 5, 6, 7, and I think Clear Wing is an 8. So yeah, so Supreme King's Servant Clear Wing is an 8. But yeah, 2 drums, because what I was finding is as I was playing this engine in the deck, I was like, man, I really wish I could summon a tuner off of this. I really wish I was playing some of the Symphonic tuners, so I just added 2 drums to the deck. And that's it for the monsters. It's a pretty beefy monster lineup. And then for the spells, we're playing a lot of Revival in this deck. So of course we're playing 3 Speed Recovery, probably one of the most broken Monster Reborn cards ever. What it does is you target a Speedroid in your graveyard, special summon it, and then during a different turn, so during the main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish it, add a Speedroid from your graveyard to your hand. Very cool card, very good. And then the rest of the spells are 2-ofs. 2 Return of the Dragon Lords. This is for Clear Wing and Crystal Wing. To bring them back, I guess Black Rose, if I still have that in my extra. And then 2 Scapegoat. This is for just freebie little level 1s. This is for Link summoning, of course, and yeah, just a whole bunch of stuff. 2 Limiter Removal. I wasn't playing Limiter Removal before, but now I am. I think that this card is really cool. Going to 2 definitely helps Speedroids, and it definitely helps with Chambara OTK, so there we go. And then 2 Call by the Grave. This is Speedroid, so they don't really have too much to go in for them, but 2 Call by the Grave. You could play 3 if you really wanted to, but I feel that 2 is a pretty good number. And then 1 Soul Charge, because it's a Synchro deck, and 1 Monster Reborn. So there we go. That's all the spells. And for traps, we're just running a pretty standard 2 Solemn Strike, a Warning, and a Judgment. This is a bit of a slower deck, so it needs some stopping power. And that's it. There we go. That's it for the main deck. So let's talk extra. I really like this deck. I really like it. So we play 2 High Speed Droid Chambara. What Chambara does is he can attack twice, and whenever he battles, at the start of the damage step, if this card battles, it gains 200 attack. So if it swings, it gains 200, and then when it swings again, it gains another 200. So he'll go to 24. Or if someone attacks into him, he'll go to, so say you attack twice with him on your turn, your opponent tries to swing into him, he'll go to 26. So anytime he fights, he goes up by 200, which is pretty cool. And it really helps limiter removal, because you could go, the instant he goes to 22, you can double it and make him 44. So that's pretty cool. And then when he's sent to the graveyard, you can target a banished Speedroid and add it to your hand. And then 1 Kendama. Kendama, you can banish a machine from your graveyard and inflict 500 damage, but he also does piercing damage, so that's pretty cool. And then if you control no cards and this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon it. So that's pretty neat too. That's those guys. 1 Black Rose Dragon for the board wipe. Clear Wing Fast Dragon. So this guy's pretty cool. So if he is destroyed, he goes into your Pendulum Zone, and then if you can Synchro Summon him, essentially, if you have a tuner and a non-tuner that equals 7, you can tribute them and special summon this. So it's kind of like you Synchro Summon him out of the Pendulum Zone. And then he has a effect as a monster, which is that you can target a face-up special summoned extra deck monster that your opponent controls, and negate its effects for the turn and make it go to 0. Unfortunately, that's not a quick effect. I wish it was, because, you know, his name's Fast Dragon. I'm pretty sure he does something else, but I think that's just the pendulum, the effect to stick it in the Pendulum Zone. Yeah. Yep. But he needs a Speedroid tuner to get him back. And then 2 regular Clear Wings. You know, if a level 5 or higher monster's effect is activated, you can negate it. If a monster effect that targets a level 5 or higher is activated, you can negate it. So pretty good card right there. Pair of Crystal Wings, basically Clear Wing, except just better. He can negate any monster effect once per turn, and then if he negates it, he gains it as attack, and if he battles a level 5 or higher, he gains that much attack. And so yeah, there we go. That's it for the Synchro monsters. Pretty decent lineup in my opinion. I like the Fast Dragon. I think he's really cool. The Chambaras are really good as well. And then for the links, I'm playing 2 Great Fly. You can play a Cleafort Genius, but because the entire deck is Wind Machine, you really only need Great Flies or Cleaforts, but you can play like a Great Fly and a Cleafort Genius. So there you go. 1 Link Kribo for the Scapegoat, 1 Link Spider for the Scapegoat, Proxy Dragon for the Scapegoat, and Borrel Boral Sword, or Boral Load for the Scapegoat. So this just helps you. You can put Saryuja in here if you really feel like it, because Saryuja is Saryuja and he's really good. But I didn't feel like putting him in. I didn't feel like putting him in here. I just felt like putting in like the Scapegoat package. So it would be something along the lines of like activate Scapegoat on your opponent's end phase, go into Link Spider, use 2 tokens to go into Proxy Dragon, and then use 1 token to go into Link Kribo. Link all 3 of them together for the Boral Load or Boral Sword, whatever, and then use the last token to bring back Link Kribo, so that way you have like a little bit of defense, and then you also have the big Boral monster. So yeah, there we go. That's it. That's it for the extra. I like this. I like this version of Speedroids. It's pretty cool to take Speedroids and make something a bit different with them, because usually people are, and even me, I still play Speedroid Winwitch, and I still think that's a little bit better, but I think Speedroid Winwitch is just a little bit more difficult to play, and I think that going forward, once we get the Speedroid Link Monster, I think that the Symphonic variant, like this with the mics and the drums and whatnot, is going to be more useful in the long run. So anyways, tell me what you guys thought about this deck in the comments below, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video.